All right, guys. Hope everybody's doing pretty well today on this Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon right now when I'm recording this. And I wanted to talk to you guys about Joe Rogan. I made videos before about Joe Rogan, the Powerful Joe Rogan Experience, the podcast that is on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube exclusively also. But Joe Rogan is now leaving the YouTube platform. Not immediately, but it's going to happen later on this year. And I want to kind of get my take on Joe Rogan leaving the YouTube platform. Also, he's also leaving pretty much all the platforms, and he's going to be exclusively on Spotify. Now, his Spotify deal is for multiple years. We actually don't know the number of years, but I'm assuming that his $100 million deal is for 2 years. And I say 2 years because that'll be roughly $50 million per year. And from what we know about his podcast last year, he brought in $30 million. So to me, it only makes sense if it was 2 years, because if it was something like 4 years, he would actually be losing money compared to what he made last year, because that would come out to $25 million per year. But I kind of want to dive into the YouTube platform and the impacts on YouTube. I honestly do believe this should be kind of a wake up call for YouTubers. I put out videos before talking about how YouTube really has been demonetizing my videos, and I don't think that it's right that they do it. And I've had videos get demonetized, and after the views come in, after I protest it, they'll monetize the video. And I think that is very, very unfair. And YouTube is basically taking money out of YouTubers' pockets with this demonetization thing. Me personally, I don't think anything should be demonetized. If you put content out there, you should be able to get revenue off of it if you're a monetized channel. Sometimes I believe YouTube is thinking that this is some kind of a kids platform, when YouTube clearly is not. Now, when I'm talking about this because if you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, he'll talk about all kind of different topics, all kind of controversial topics, and he'll use very bad language a lot. And we know that YouTube will demonetize you for very bad language. That's why I try not to use too much bad language on the channel. I know that I have, but it's kind of hit or miss with YouTube on whether they're actually going to demonetize you or not. So you just kind of got to be careful. So when I see Joe Rogan leaving the YouTube platform later on this year, and let me clarify something. He's actually not completely leaving the YouTube platform. His full YouTube videos will be gone, but he still is going to have the Joe Rogan clips. And his podcasts are going to be strictly on Spotify in video format. And honestly, I didn't even know that Spotify had video format. So if Joe Rogan's going over there, that's going to be a new avenue for content creators. So I kind of think that Joe Rogan, he is definitely at the forefront of the podcast world. And that's why I'm trying to focus all of my efforts on podcasting now. So you saw this week, I've pretty much been uploading on YouTube like every other week, but I'm trying to actually go into more of the podcast route, because there's over 550 million active YouTube channels. Last year, there was only 1 million podcasters. That's it. So there's a golden opportunity to grow. And that's what I'm trying to do right now. But YouTube, man, they can really, really suppress you. They really can. So I think this is a fabulous move for Joe Rogan. Maybe not initially, but I think Joe Rogan is going to open up new avenues for other people that want to go into podcasting and things like that. And YouTube is just basically going to lose a lot of his business. I know YouTube is a juggernaut. I know they have a huge platform, but Joe Rogan's podcast, man, they get probably on average 5 million views on YouTube. So that is 5 million views that will pretty much be going elsewhere. And I'm not talking about the Joe Rogan's Clips channel. I'm not talking about that. But the way YouTube is trying to censor channels, I mean, basically YouTube has destroyed any type of kids channels. They don't have any comments on them. I don't even think they're monetized. And now with the pandemic, YouTube has really been exposing themselves as a company that's kind of incompetent, as they're pretty much demonetizing everything, or they want to suppress videos. I think they call it shadow banning, I believe is what they call it. So I believe that podcasting is the future, and other formats of trying to get your content out. Diversify. Don't rely strictly on YouTube. So podcasting to me is what I'm going to be focusing my efforts on. And I'm kind of taking a chapter out of the book of Joe Rogan, because I'm pretty sure that this is going to be a very, very good deal for him in the future. And I'm pretty sure he has such a strong following that he's not going to fall off the map at all. He's not. But I've been voicing my concerns about YouTube, and YouTube is not the end all be all. They're just not. They're not the most sacred place for content creators. Actually, YouTube is actually probably only going to get worse. I mean, we've seen companies abuse the copyright system. People flag other channels, and YouTube would just take them down when we know it's not right. And that's one of the major issues I have, because YouTube, you can actually be here on YouTube today and be gone tomorrow. So I'm definitely trying to look for another avenue, and I hopefully the podcasting works out for me better in the long term, even though I'm still going to try to grow my brand on YouTube. But I think most of my focus is going to be on podcasting. That way I don't really have to worry about YouTube, because YouTube, they have a lot of flaws, and I only think it's going to get worse in the future. They really do suppress content. They're trying to silence creators that speak out on certain issues. I mean, we couldn't even mention the word coronavirus in a title or in the tags of a video, because it would automatically get demonetized for speaking out about something that's going on in the world. And then all of a sudden they said, yeah, you can speak about the virus, and you would, and they'll still demonetize you. And now they haven't been demonetizing my videos on the virus, but for a while, every single video I put up, I mean, my biggest video that I put up was on Corey Feldman. I put up 2 videos on Corey Feldman, 109,000 views, and another one on 91,000 views, and it got demonetized. I didn't use any bad language, but YouTube didn't like the topic I was talking about. If you podcast, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about these podcasting platforms trying to shut you down. And YouTube basically destroyed me on those 2 videos. Yes, I grew the channel. Revenue-wise, it was a big hit, because I honestly believe on that 100,000 view video, I probably lost out on $400. And I probably lost another about $400 on that one. So that's $800 gone right there. So I'm all on board with Joe Rogan going to a different platform. And I highly recommend that other content creators go out there, diversify, find a new platform, because YouTube is definitely not going to be here forever. So I stand behind Joe Rogan with this move. I know some people are saying, well, he's pretty much #1 on iTunes, and he's going to be leaving iTunes. He's leaving everything. He's going completely to Spotify, except for his clips still being on YouTube, and he's going to make a ton of money still on YouTube from the clips if he doesn't get demonetized. Now, I've always wondered, does Joe Rogan actually get demonetized on his videos? Because he uses a lot of bad language in his videos. He talks about different topics that other YouTube creators would get demonetized on. So, but that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Joe Rogan leaving YouTube and going strictly to Spotify. I'm on board with that, but I want to know what you guys think. So guys, let me know what you think about all this in the comments. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.